Welcome to Pigeon River Farm, doing farming right. I'm Robert Brown, the owner of Pigeon River Farm. Thank you for viewing. Good evening. In tonight's episode, we're going to talk about the update we did for our chicken mobile. We have now implemented a old combine that we had located out in our pasture, not getting any use. And we needed a means of towing the chicken mobile around a pasture more efficiently than with the tractor going out and hooking it up and then unhooking. So we were repurposing this old combine. It's a 1970 International 315 with a gas engine in it. No longer functional. It worked good for years, but not anymore. So what we've done is we've taken off the old corn head and getting it prepared to be taken over to Joe's welding shop. Joe's an Amish fellow that's near us, and he is a world-class welder. So we had him work modifying it. We need to put dual wheels on the combine because of the swampy conditions. He did a lot of different modifications, put extensions on the side of it so it's easier to get in, shortened the discharge chute, and hollowed out the inside so we could utilize it for refrigerator we put inside, batteries, and the sort. So that success, that was done early this year. We did about in March. We got it back to the farm here, and we're able to get ready for the next modification that needed to take place. In that modification, I got it up by the shop, and we started to do our own. After Joe was done with it, I started putting the battery packs in because it has to run a refrigerator that's out there. Runs a complete security system on it. I've got cameras everywhere, look for predators, monitor chickens' condition. So there was a lot of internal wiring that need to be done. So it has a total of 3 batteries on board, the main starting battery and 2 deep cycle auxiliary batteries that are intended to supply lighting, camera system as I stated, and to run the refrigerator. It's quite a nice system. It's interesting working inside of an old machine like this, where all mechanicals once were for sifting out the oats or corn or such. Now is a compartment here. Within the base of this unit, we took advantage of a lot of the mechanism. We left augers in place, and I took that and I set it up so we can fill the hoppers on each side. We put covering over the top, so we got metal doors that go on top to prevent the feed that goes inside there from getting wet. So that's worked out extremely well also. It's worked great. Getting everything inside, ample room with the refrigerator, and I can carry other miscellaneous stuff. We got it out in pasture. Once we had it out in pasture, it really proved its worthiness for many, many reasons. One particular, it's the convenience. When I tow following the cattle and the goats, and now the horses, we move from one paddock to another, or simply within a paddock, we move a certain distance, maybe 200, 300, 500 feet, and I can start it up, I can move it, I can shut it off and leave it. Where if we took a tractor out there with the goats, it never went well. In fact, it reminds me of a funny story. We had a Farmall M. I was left out in a pasture one time, came out, and there was no spark plug wires on it. So learned the goats had ripped them all off and lost them all over the field. So we've learned a valuable lesson. So the chicken mobile is goat resistant, as we call it. Scottish Highland cattle can rub on it and cause no damage to it. And it tows the chicken mobile very efficiently. As you've noticed with the dual wheels on it, when the pasture conditions get real wet, we don't have any chances of doing any damage like we had before. That was one of the biggest concerns, is tearing up the pasture by driving a tractor out there and then towing it. Where this has a drive mechanism that is very gentle. You have very low speed. I can roll at 1 or 2 miles an hour. On the occasional situation, we move the chickens when they're not locked down. Normally I move them in the morning right before I let them out. But if we were to move them during the day, I need to move very slow so there's no chance of crushing any chickens under the wheels. And again, the combine gives us that ability to really make it easy to maneuver and operate. So the slowness is beneficial and no compaction. So them are two of the big blessings that we found with the unit. It's treated us extremely well. The dogs enjoy the chickenmobile too. It's kind of a little excitement each morning when we go out to move the chickens. They have a chance to run around like they normally do, and just one more little entertainment factor that happens here on the farm. Once we release the chickens onto the pasture, they're typically on new fresh grass and the legumes, and they're able to get out there and do a fair amount of eating. So we've always put them in a new location, so many benefits to it. One, of course, our golden rich eggs are so nutrient rich. Additionally, we are putting on the chicken manure more strategically across the pasture. I can look at areas that may need a little more attention. So let's say it's some winter over problems. That's a good spot to leave the chickenmobile, where we get the additional chicken manure, and that in conjunction with the cattle, the goats, and horses really makes quite a difference. Plus the chickens are always happy to find a new spot. That means not only new grasses and clovers to eat, but there's also new bugs. So they're able to take advantage of the bugs that are there and enjoy them, and that it's worked extremely well for us. So in closing, the chickenmobile tow tractor, we're actually looking for a name for it. So if you're watching this video in the comment box, why don't you put in a recommendation for a name? It has been unnamed. We just call it the 315, identifying the name of it. But it's something that probably could use an official name on the farm. If you need more information on what we did on the building of this and such, feel free to contact me on any one of the multimedia sites. So thank you and have a great day.